What's up, YouTube? This Starwolf. Look here. I wanted to talk about Benjamin Crump. Okay, there was a situation where 18-year-old Nakia Crawford, she was killed while riding in the car with her grandma out there in Akron, Ohio. And they was driving down the street and she was shot and killed. Now, the reason I want to talk about Benjamin Crump is because the family said that he bailed out on them when he found out that the killer wasn't white and found out that the killer was black. Now, I've been telling a few people about how these civil rights lawyers, how they move. You see, most of the civil rights lawyers is about money. They make their money off of other black people's misery and pain. And that's what Benjamin Crump is doing. He ain't no different. If you look at his past, if you look at him, he always jumps on the cases where he feel he can make some money. And this case is no different. See, the family stated that they didn't even want his services and that he reached out to them, though he stated that he didn't reach out to them and that the family reached out to them. See, I believe the family because that's how they do. They sit back, they wait, something happened, a hate crime, whatever crime it is. And see, when it's white involved, they can use that white narrative. Oh, the white boys did this and they did that and they racist and they came in and they, hype it up, make a big story. And then they go in for the civil lawsuit. That's what they really there for. They there for that money. So he finds out that, okay, he can't use that narrative because it's a black. Then he bails out. I can see him doing that because that's what they do. That's what they built off of. Al Sharpton, no different. Lee Merritt, no different. It's a few of them. They no different. Look who he representing. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. Of course there's civil lawsuits. Of course there's money involved in this. But he stated that because it's not a hate crime, he's not going to represent them. And he still want to see justice served for the family. And, he's still passionate. So I don't believe all that because you wouldn't even had to state all that. You would have stayed on the case regardless of whether it was a hate crime or not. It's still a crime against a young black woman that was killed unjustly. It just so happened that she was killed by one of our own peoples. It's no different. It's no different at all because it's still murder. A life is still lost. A family is still grieving, but you don't see any financial gain in this, so you backed up. And see, that's how they do. That's how they do. And believe me, this is not the first and this is not the last, okay? So if you're not familiar with this story, Nakia Crawford, you can go research her. She's 18 years old. Young black woman, graduated high school in Ohio. She was killed driving down the street, riding in the car with her grandmother, and it's just senseless violence. And it's a lot going on. And this happened around, I believe, June 14th. Our peoples, we have to stop this. We have to stop this, immediately. But the other thing we have to stop is these civil rights attorneys that's out for the money, that really don't care, that's making their money off of the misery and pain of our peoples. And Benjamin Crump is making his money off the misery and pain. He's definitely doing that. He's definitely doing that. Researching. Go research his cases and see. Go look at the civil suits. Go check it out. The proof is there. This ain't just no talking. It's there. You can't get around this. He bailed out once he found out that it was a black guy and can't use the white narrative to get that money. Of course, it's a hate crime. It's not a hate crime that they have written up in the legal statutes up under the federal law or that local state law, but it's definitely a hate crime anytime you kill one of your own peoples, especially if it's not in self-defense and you wasn't protecting yourself. So, you know, we have to, like I said, we have to do better, black people. But I wanted to just make y'all aware of this, inform y'all, so y'all know how these civil rights attorneys get down, how they really move, what they really about. I mean, attorneys is in the business of making money. You have some that's pro bono, but they, they all can't be pro bono because they're not going to make money. They have to be able to feed their children, take care of their household. So, I mean, what better way? He done found a lane, and that's his lane. Money, making money off the misery of black people's pains and suffering. Just sitting back like a vulture waiting. Boom. Murder happened. Young black woman or man. They hoping it's a hate crime. So they can come in with the same spiel, the same speech, and get that money later on in a civil suit. Take a percentage. Get the family paid, even though that's not going to bring they child back, or they, however they was related. Parents, uncles, niece, nephew, friend. Look here, I'm Starwolf. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Make sure you hit that like button and that notification bell so you can get my videos when they drop. And make sure that you share my videos on all social media platforms. Peace.